Right, so we're here. What is up, my bodyweight warriors, and welcome back to another video. Another day of eating. We've got the coffee to start things off. We're out a little bit earlier. I've got a meeting with my web agency, so I need to go do that now. And then we will pick up the vlog when I get back and everything is finalized. Be right back. We're back at the beach, which, you know, why not? Had a good meeting with the web agency, which is to do with the app launch, which is this weekend, and if you're watching this video, it's last weekend, so it will be live already, which, by the way, is linked in the description down below if you want to grab it. There's been a big update to it. We've changed a lot of things around, added some new content. There's also, now you can join the Bodyweight Warrior members site, so there's access to a forum, there's a bunch of premium app features, like, it's pretty awesome. I'll just link some details down below. But yeah, seeing as the agency was only about a 5-minute drive away from this location, I thought I would pop on down to the beach and we're gonna do some cold thermogenesis. So that's some cold exposure in the form of a swim in the sea. And the reason for cold thermogenesis is that it's a pretty nifty tool for improving your ability to burn fat. When we use cold thermogenesis, it has an effect on our mitochondria, and it also improves our ability to use brown adipose tissue, which is the active type of fat that helps us stay warm. So doing both these things can actually improve our ability to burn fat in general. I do this all year round anyway, but the reason I'm doing it specifically whilst also gaining mass is to kind of improve my chances of remaining lean whilst doing it. That's kind of the goal here. I don't want to gain a bunch of muscle as well as a bunch of fat, so I'll just have to cut down again and lose some of it. So I want to try and maintain the same level of body fat, which is roughly at the moment around 8 to 10%. This actually has been working well for me. I weighed myself this morning and I've been weighing myself continually. I have gained about 0.5 to 0.7 kilos in the past 4 weeks, which for me, probably a little on the slow side. I was looking for about a kilo a month. That was what I was aiming for. Interestingly enough, I have dropped a little bit of body fat and I have got leaner during this time as well. So for me, I seem to be striking the balance by using some cold thermogenesis, by also implementing things like the carb backloading or the lower carb in the day, stacking carbs post-workout, a lot of the other things that we discussed in this series so far. I need to stop rambling because it's now about 11 AM. I haven't eaten yet today. I'm gonna jump in the sea, do a swim for 10 minutes, and I'm gonna get home and we're gonna make some food and continue and actually do a day of eating. That's kind of what this video is supposed to be. Reasonable amount of time, especially considering it's still 12 degrees, which is still cold enough, but it's certainly a lot more pleasant this time of year when it's like 15, 18 degrees outside and sunny, as opposed to like 2 degrees and cold and windy in February and January. So yeah, you don't have to go to the beach. Usually I don't come to the beach. I kind of just did this for the video. You can just stick the cold shower on at home for the last 5 minutes of your shower. It still has a very, very similar effect. To do something that you wouldn't usually do or put yourself through a little bit of physical adversity. The fact that we have this fear of being cold because we're just very, very used to being in a stable, climate controlled kind of living, I don't think it's necessarily the best thing. Your body can handle it. We're pretty strong. Right, so we are back home. It is now 12 o'clock midday. Been fasting this morning. I'm now gonna make some breakfast. We're gonna stick to the usual. A decent amount of protein, decent amount of fat, pretty minimal carbs. So what I have here is I've got some sardines. I used to buy canned sardines, but I found these. These are already boned, sort of sorted out. I can just put all of these in a pan and fry them. Then to make them taste epic, I've got a little bit of chorizo, and I've also got some of this smoked bacon, which is the most ridiculously tasty bacon from Green Pastures. Very, very good. Chuck that in with some onion, some garlic, some tomatoes, and on the side, I'm gonna have some bone broth, which is what I made earlier. I quickly tossed up the calories for this, and it's gonna be, over 1,000 calories, decent protein, decent fat, all round good time. So there we have breakfast, not the prettiest meals, but it's pretty straightforward. I love sardines. I used to eat them all the time, especially I used to eat a lot of canned sardines, but there are some negative issues with that. Here is 6 sardines, which would be like kind of equivalent to cans of sardines. I think these were about £2 for 200 grams of sardines, which actually is a pretty good deal. One of the reasons I love chorizo is that you can add a little bit and it kind of has this incredible flavor that makes everything on the plate just taste better. Pretty decent all-round meal. Obviously the bone broth, I've done a whole video on this and how it helps like my skin, how it helped my gut. It's got a lot of those amino acids that you wouldn't get otherwise. Without getting too much into the detail of things, here are the macros for this meal. This is 90 grams of protein, 16 grams of carbohydrates, and 81 grams of fat. And overall calories are about 1,100 for this meal, which is when you're having 2 and a bit meals a day, needs to be happening. Should be pretty tasty. I'm gonna eat this, do some work, then we got a training session later. More food, day of eating. Right, so it is now like 4:30. I've just been working this afternoon, so I haven't really done anything but sit and do some work. I did have a coffee about a couple of hours ago, so that is some calories. And now I've got to go post some shop orders, and then we have to head out and we're gonna do a handstand session, which is gonna be press focused. My shoulders are gonna die. But yeah, I need to go before the post office closes, so let's wrap this up. Was absolute death. Let's get some food. So for post-workout, we have the usual. We've got the bulk powders, whey protein, the natural whey and chocolate, 2 scoops of that, so protein there. And then I've gone for some dried mango, crave it a lot, I don't know why, love this one. It's like 70 grams of carbs in this packet, I'll just eat the whole packet. And then something a little bit unexpected, a chocolate ice cream. It's Friday, I just, fancied one, so yeah. That's gonna up the calories a little bit as well, which is, always a good thing because I do need to add a little bit more than I have been doing. Enjoy this, and then we're gonna make dinner and eat it, and then sleep and die on my shoulders hurting to hold the camera.
12 seconds later.
And there we have the final meal of the day, and my chair is sinking. This one is a hefty one, it's like 1,500 calories. I've essentially kind of gone for a burrito bowl, just very amateurish and deconstructed. I just fried up some lamb steaks quickly. They're one of my favorites because they're super quick and they're pretty reasonably priced. And plus lamb is pretty much always raised outdoors and it's grass fed. So there's that. Underneath, I've got a bunch of like Mexican fried veggies. So there's peppers, onion, a bit of garlic in there, and some cumin and paprika, and then some avocado, some sour cream, and rice. Very, very, very simple, but should be pretty tasty if you all mix it together in your mouth hole. I don't actually know the exact macros of this one, so I'm sure they'll be on the screen now. But then that kind of brings us to the day, which ended up being pretty decent in terms of calories. I think helped a little by that ice cream. It was around 3,300 calories, 218 grams of protein, 209 grams of carbohydrates, and 181 grams of fat. So there's about a macro ratio of 25 protein, 25 carbs, 50 fat, something around that point. This was a pretty good day of eating. It started off slowly, but we finished strong with the post-workout ice cream and massive burrito bowl here. I'm about to demolish this. I still need to Skype somebody to sort out the app and the final details, but that has been basically it for this week, guys. If you have any questions about today's video, why not leave a comment in the comment section down below, join the conversation. If you just enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button and support the channel. Right next to it is that subscribe button if you want to join the Bodyweight Warrior tribe. But that has been it for this week, guys. I will catch you in the next episode. Have a strong week and peace.